Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here and welcome back to another video on AMTV Who, and oh boy, it's finally been announced! We're getting another new missing episode animation. This time it's the Underwater Menace, the 4-part story from season 4 of the show, one of the earliest stories featuring Patrick Troughton as the second Doctor. Now the Underwater Menace has had quite the tried history. It was originally broadcast in 1967, and for several decades it was only assumed that episode 3 of that story, survived. That was the case for decades. Then in 2011, episode 2 was rediscovered, making it the earliest surviving Patrick Troughton episode that we have in the archives as of today. And earlier this year in 2023, it was hotly rumoured that this story and First Doctor story, The Smugglers, were going to be animated. And, you know, for months there were no updates on this, there was no confirmation, nothing said from the BBC. It was long thought the animations had stopped. But now, finally, they are coming back. The Underwater Menace is here. It's animated in 2023. We got a little teaser released on the Doctor Who page on their socials there. And we've got this article, so we're going to break this down. It said the second Doctor's partially missing adventure will be animated with 4 new episodes in colour and high definition releasing on DVD and Blu-ray. So right off the bat there, we're getting the episodes animated, all 4 of them, in colour as well. Some people thought, oh, maybe they'll just animate the 2 episodes that are missing for budget. But nope, we're getting all 4. BBC Studios continues to offer Doctor Who fans the opportunity to extend their at-home collection by announcing the latest release, Doctor Who The Underwater Menace, on DVD and Blu-ray. The 2-disc box set contains the 4th series story as well as special features, and it stars second Doctor Patrick Troughton, co-stars Annika Wills as Polly, Michael Craze as Ben, and Fraser Hines as Jamie McCrimmon. Great stuff. Jamie's first full adventure, if you like, in the TARDIS, outside of the Highlanders there. And just right off the bat, you can pre-order it for DVD, Blu-ray, and Blu-ray Steelbook, so that format of things is returning. Some people speculated that the Steelbook releases might be dropped, but they're not. They are here, and they are here to stay. It says the original 1967 master recordings of all except episodes 2 and 3 of The Underwater Menace were lost soon after the programme's original transmission. However, audio-only recordings of the missing 2 episodes have survived and have been used to create a brand new, fully animated presentation of the lost classic. The story sees these characters navigate through their adventure in the underwater city of Atlantis, where they meet with Professor Zaroff, who plots to destroy the Earth by draining the oceans. Fans can expect a super jam-packed series bursting with unseen exclusive content. All episodes have been animated in colour and black and white, whilst including the original film elements. And just, we've got a picture here of the fish people. This looks deliciously camp. I mean, you could argue the original story was very camp anyway, but this looks even more camp, and especially in colour. But I'm all here for it. I can't wait to check this out in animated form here. So the main feature on disc 1, you've got episodes 1 to 4 in colour and black and white, as you'd expect. I tend to watch the black and white versions myself, just because that's, you know, closer to what it would have been back in 1967. But hey, if they screen this at the BFI and I can get tickets, I'll be seeing it in colour. And then on disc 2, so we've got an episode 1 and 4 reconstruction. It doesn't say in this breakdown how that's going to be. I'm assuming, like on the DVD release back in 2015, it's going to be in telesnap form, which, you know, some people love, some people hate, but I hope if it's done this way, it's done a bit more polished than was on the DVD release, but there was a whole drama about that at the time anyway. You've got the original episodes that survive, so episodes 2 and 3, always great. You have A Fishy Tale, a making-of documentary. Australian censor clips, which give us some fragments more of some missing material. The Man from Midits. That sounds intriguing there. Fraser Hines gives an introduction for episode 2, as per the original VHS release. I didn't know he'd done that anyway. Episode 2. Does it mean episode 3 for VHS? I'm not sure, but okay, a Fraser Hines introduction from the days of VHS, that's pretty cool there. A BBC News report from South Today, which I'm assuming was about episode 2's recovery. You also have a BBC Radio Solent piece, which is audio only. Photo gallery, animation gallery, and PDF material, including a camera script. Really cool. So it's going to be available, it says, to buy from November 2023. So at this time, we don't have a very specific date, but they're saying November, which of course is the 60th anniversary month itself. So, you know, some people have been hinging their bets, saying, oh, we're going to get loads of missing episodes be announced in November, you know, to time with the anniversary. I never believed that for a second. You know, that's all speculation. That would be like the absolute best case scenario, wouldn't it, if missing episodes came back in the anniversary month. However, we are getting something. We're getting a lovely release, and even though the teaser is only, you know, 10-15 seconds long, seeing the TARDIS team, you know, emerging out from the ship itself, it seems to be from one of the same teams that we've had in the past, who've made some of the past animations, and we've had some cracking animations, haven't we? I mean, Evil of the Daleks looked fantastic. That's probably my favourite one of the Second Doctor animated stories. I'm just glad, to be honest, that the animations are continuing, because it looked like for a long time that they weren't going to be, but, you know, whether this has been from renewed interest from Disney with their new links to Doctor Who now, or another force, I'm just glad that the animations aren't gone for good. That really, really does make me happy. In terms of what I'll be doing, I'm doing what I normally do. I get the DVDs because they have the reversible cover, so it lines up nicely with the other DVDs in the collection. But I'm also going to get the steelbook. I cannot resist those little shiny steelbooks. Now, at the minute, when you go onto the websites like HMV, for example, which is where I pre-ordered mine, they're only using placeholder graphics at the minute. They haven't revealed what the actual cover art's going to be. Of course, November is still 3 months away, so that you'd expect that to be revealed in the coming months or so. But if it's anything like the past steelbook releases have been, I think we're going to get some absolutely stellar artwork, and I can't wait to have it to add to my collection. So it's finally happening. Again, this was announced in, was it January? All the way back in January when it was sort of reported that the Underwater Menace was going to be animated. So nice to get some clarity. I guess the next big question is the smugglers, you know, the other story that was mentioned in that article. This, of course, is the Season 4 opener, one of 2 stories in the season to feature William Hartnell as the First Doctor. Very pirate-centric as well. So maybe the smugglers is going to come in early 2024. Again, the BBC press release for the Underwater Menace, it makes no guarantee of this. It's making no promises, which I think is absolutely the wisest thing to do for the Who fandom. But, you know, people will now say, well, hey, it's reasonable to assume we didn't know if we were going to get the Underwater Menace. We're now getting it. And now we probably might get the smugglers. That's really exciting. And I'm buzzing for the fact that it seems to be happening. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I'm just, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what the cover art's going to be. I'm looking forward to delving into the special features. And just more importantly, I'm more than glad that the animations of missing episodes are continuing. Because by the time this comes out, if it meets that November deadline, it'll have been just over a year since the last one, The Abominable Snowmen. And with the Underwater Menace, you know, that count is coming down. We've still got quite a few First Doctor stories that could potentially receive the animation treatment. And of course, we still have a small handful of Second Doctor stories as well, namely the Highlanders for Season 4. And what else is there? The Wheel in Space from Season 5, the Space Pirates from Season 6. Now, just because these are back on the roll, you know, doesn't mean necessarily that we're going to get all of them. But I am a bit reassured with the fact that for the Underwater Menace, I was convinced, and I think I said this in previous videos, I was convinced that for animating this, considering it already had a DVD release back in 2015, that they were only ever going to animate episodes 1 and 4. I did not think for a million years that they would animate all 4 of them. But the fact that they are maybe shows that they've got the budget that they need, or the resources that they need to do this, or the people who are funding this have asked for it. So that gives me a little bit of hope for animated episodes going forward into the future. But let me know what you think about this news. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Let me know if you enjoy the Underwater Menace, if you consider it to be an underrated gem, or if you just think it's a bit of campy fun like I do. Let me know which version you're going to get as well. You're going for DVD, Blu-ray, Steelbook? Are you going to go multi-release, multi-format? Let me know all that in the comments down below. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We'd love to have you aboard with us. I've been Adam Martin from AMTV Who. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.